Our next speaker is Dr. Maxine Teo, a renowned corporate trainer, keynote speaker, and author with 3 decades of experience transforming leaders and teams across Asia. She specializes in leadership, communications, cross-cultural collaborations, and human intelligence. She has partnered with diverse local and global organizations across multiple industries. Dr. Maxim is known for her high energy, practical, and deeply human approach to learning. Today, she will share with us how we can build future-ready talent and build the legacy Singapore needs for its next chapter. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Maxine Teo.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dane, for the passionate introduction. So today's theme for our sessions is about legacy. And my topic here is about embracing change, cultivating resilience, and shaping the future. When we think about Singapore's journey, I am Singaporean. Can I have a quick, like a Y in the group chat if you are Singaporean too? Okay, we're not assuming everyone in the room is a Singaporean because it is very different in terms of the definition of what we call a Singaporean, who we call one. People who have moved here, people who have stayed here, people who have contributed here. We have seen how Singapore has moved from impossible beginnings exactly 60 years ago to who we are today, a global benchmark. And our progress is not just powered by people who embrace change, but people who knew how to ride on change and rose to challenges, just like you who are listening in right now. And as we think about today's world, sometimes today's world, we talk about AI, we talk about change. The key word here is legacy. What legacy do you want to play a part in bringing Singapore into the next chapter? Are you ready? Let's take a look. The first question I'd like you to ask yourself as HR, human resource, and L&D, learning and development. Why? Why does this matter to you? Why are you even watching all these webinars? Because, first of all, you know that the future of Singapore calls for adaptive, future-ready talent. And you know that your role is in shaping capabilities, the culture of your organization, and the mindsets of the people. Very importantly, you are not just here to arrange for training, to choose the right trainer. No, you do a lot more than that. You are developing people. It is nation building. So why me? There are SG60 trainers. There's so many of us, each of us with our own domains, each of us with our own differentiators. Me, Dr. Maxine, my core domains, as my company tagline goes, results powered by relationships. I have written and published 3 books, and they tie in with my core domains. The first book, which was launched during COVID period 2020, is on advisory sales. And in 2023, that's where we hear a lot about multi-generation. How do we thrive in the multi-generation workforce? How do we cope with all the different mindsets? And that's where my second book builds on that knowledge and builds on that research on how do you thrive in a multi-generation workforce. And my third and newest book that was just launched a few months ago in August. This is personal effectiveness and emotional mastery. It's how do you decode your emotions to turbocharge your performance? And that's where we hear about all the AIs, the changes, the VUCA environment. At the end of the day, we talk about our financial wellness, we talk about our physical wellness, but not many of us remember that we need to take care of our mental wellness. And the fourth one that will form my 4 quadrants here would be something that is so crucial, leadership. Leadership is not about you arranging for sessions to lead a group of people or for leaders who have direct reports. Leadership starts with leading yourself. team transformation. And that's where 30 years of experience of how I've observed leaders, how do we elevate them from local and global organizations? So here it goes. What I've put together for you today are the three pillars that, in my professional opinion, Singapore needs moving forward, our forward journey. The first one, embracing change. The second one, cultivating resilience. And the third one, shaping the future. 60 years have passed. How's the next 60 years going to look like? So let's deep dive into pillar one, embracing change. Based on my opinion, Singapore's legacy insight here is we need to pivot fast, we need to learn faster. We talk about all types of training, AI-assisted training, gamification to make training exciting, but emotionally, how do we help them? Because at the end of the day, you can have all the right tools in place, but change requires psychological safety and clarity. And teams, they thrive only when assumptions shift. We talk about clarity. How clear can you be about things in today's world? You need to have the mindset and ability to embrace ambiguity. And how do you adapt your communication accordingly? So instead of deep diving in this short session I have with you, I share with you a high-level picture that I have several tools to help our learners with that. I have a model called Open, that's for bias-free communication, and I'm certified in True Colors profiling to enhance one's ability to adapt and adjust their communication approach, as well as Diverse Toolkit, which is a cross-cultural synergy tools to help you manage diverse teams. So that's pillar one. Pillar two, how do you cultivate resilience? Can you even cultivate that? From Singapore's legacy perspective, we can only progress through adversity. It has been proven. When everyone thought Singapore was going to fail the moment we separated from Malaysia back then in 1965, that's where we thrived as well as rose like a phoenix, because resilience is not about toughness. It's about emotional mastery. So what we want to do is to help you equip teams with emotional literacy. Many of us are very literate. We are highly educated, but we are emotionally illiterate. How do we help them with stress recovery rituals, energy management rituals? And the tools that we have in store will be the MIND framework, which is derived from my third book, the four-step approach. Sabotage awareness. Are you aware that many of your people are sabotaging themselves? Perhaps you included. And for myself, definitely. And a reframe toolkit, of which we put together several tools to help your teams progress through adversity. Now, to the third and final pillar, shaping the future, looking forward. So, Singapore's legacy insight is we need to start future-proofing now. How do we do that? Creative mindset has to replace the good old traditional problem-solving methods. And do our leaders have future-ready leadership habits? At the same time, as my second book emphasizes on intergenerational communication, we are working in a multi-generation workforce today. It is unprecedented. Because in the past, that's where we grew, and our generations before us are staying longer in the workforce. So how do we work together to bring Singapore into the next phase? So there you go. We have three pillars of Singapore's forward journey. And the question is, you may be asking me or asking anyone who's in the training and learning and development phase, what do organizations need from next year and forward? You need leaders who don't just tell people what to do. You need leaders who coach. At the same time, your teams are not just going to be highly productive teams. That was Singapore in the past, productivity B, we need to work hard. You remember the productivity B, right? Today is about emotionally intelligent teams. On top of that, these teams, can they communicate cross-culturally and cross-generationally? At the same time, workforce resilience and adaptability. How fast are they able to pivot? How fast are they able to adapt? And finally, you, my dear HR and L&D partner, how can you help us shape the mindset, the skill set, and the behaviors of our future workforce? So what do I bring? Okay, that's me. Firstly, I'm trilingual in English, Mandarin, 普通话在中国 in Mandarin, or 广东话 Cantonese, 广东话都得嘅. So what if I can speak many languages? Perhaps many of you have speakers who can speak 10 languages, but more importantly, whatever I share is psychology backed, leveraging my knowledge in my doctorate of psychology and practical workplace application. My high energy and humor. I hope you can feel my energy right now. And of course, as I mentioned, there are many, many frameworks, too many to share in this short time. But importantly, we can customize it for your team based on your selected domains. And finally, I can bring to you as a trusted, reliable partner to local and global organizations. So some of you may ask, what would be the hot topics? Because many of my clients have been asking me that. Well, I've selected top 6 for you. We need future-ready leadership. We have resilient and adaptive teams. At the same time, cross-cultural and cross-generational collaboration. Importantly, customer-centric communication and service excellence. And advisory sales. Not just sales professionals, but we are selling every time, selling an idea, selling a concept. And finally, as we have emphasized, emotional intelligence and well-being. So with all this in mind, I'll finish off in the final 2 minutes on a case study. Which better organization to quote than a home-found, homegrown, and homebred bank, DBS? The case here is about their intention some years ago to seek out a training partner to uplift their capabilities, not just in their home country, Singapore, but in their North Asia. We have Hong Kong, we have Taiwan, and have China as well, to ensure a consistent, culturally attuned learning experience. They needed expertise in handling emotionally charged conversations. How do we communicate in an advisory format and customer interactions? And here's the catch, across 3 languages. So for pillar 1, that's where the impact that I had being able to deliver the same solution across the 3 markets was firstly clearer communication, agility with the client expectations, as well as stronger regional alignment. The second one here is how I have helped them to cultivate resilience through my solutions. The impact that DBS had was calmer handling of conflicts, reduced escalations, and higher emotional endurance. And thirdly, in line with my 3rd pillar, shaping the future, likewise, we have trained and helped their staff to recline emotions. As a result, there was smoother calls and higher cooperation and aligned customer experience across Asia. So with all this, my trilingual advantage has helped my client DBS received the same standard of excellence in all markets without any loss in translation. And in conclusion for DBS, of course, regional consistency, stronger client trust, better cross-border synergy, as well as future-ready behaviors. So how can I repeat that success or create a success for you? How can I support you? Regardless of the organization or the industry you are here, we are able to help you ensure consistent outcomes. Develop and design programs that build change readiness, resilience, and future capability, as well as behavior shifting tools that work immediately, plug and play. And finally, to be your reliable long-term partner for workforce transformation. Remember, your people are your legacy. Let's build Singapore's future together. Thank you very much. Please connect with me through my website or LinkedIn. I look forward to beginning the conversation with you. Thank you.